Hi all, welcome to Team of the Week 16 predictions. Apologies for this being up super late than usual. Would have had it up later and earlier in the day, but just been busy with SBC stuff and other content in general. So hopefully you find this useful as always. Smash the likes as always, sub to the channel for now. Follow me on Twitter, G is a legend. All the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. Expect an EPL Championship heavy Team of the Week, but it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. Ederson is my first shout of the week, 5 saves and kept a clean sheet in their 0-0 draw against Crystal Palace. The penalty save is probably a detrimental factor, but also because Ederson is a one to watch card. But for me, strong shout, along with Rudiger, who kept a clean sheet and scored a goal for Chelsea in one of their games. The biggest problem is you're going to find this week potentially players that have played 2 or 3 games. It's which ones they pick, like Rudiger, Zappacosta and Aspie all could have a shout. Ayala 2 goals for Middlesbrough in their 3-2 victory over Preston, and I would say that kind of gets him hopefully in Team of the Week, but this seems to be the theme this year. Even 2 goals as a defender does not give you a shout. Barry Douglas, a goal and an assist, he did that. He scored 2 goals earlier in the season, didn't get in. It will be interesting if he does get in this week, but I quite fancy him due to the lack of options. Could be a left wing back, could be a left mid, but we'll see what happens with him. Albrighton, a goal and an assist. Mahrez already has a second in form. Albrighton is the next likeliest, and I would quite fancy him, honestly. He really gets the credit he deserves, and this would be a nice inform for Mark Albrighton, probably like an 81. Then Dele Alli, very impressive for Tottenham with 1 goal, 2 assists. That should get him an inform, despite a few folk not actually putting him down, which is quite interesting. So is someone thinking different? I don't see Kane getting in because he's just had an inform quite recently. Pogba, 2 assists for Manchester United, that should get him a strong chance. I believe it would be a position change to a CDM, which would make it all the more interesting, so that would be a nice card to see. But he was very impressive in the game in general that he got the 2 assists, so be fully aware of that. Willian, 1 goal, 2 assists, definitely fancy him heavily, and I think that should get him. 3 goal contributions by any player usually should stand you in good stead for an inform, regardless where it could be due to the lack of leagues or depending on how many leagues. Then Hamsik, only a goal, but he's got a good match train, but also it was the only goal in the game, and Napoli just keeping the form going. 1 goal might struggle against, but I think due to the lack of leagues and Calcio needs a few options, he would probably get in for my liking. Dybala, 2 goals for Juventus in their 3-1 victory over Verona. Very impressive Dybala. Could have got a couple more actually, he was absolutely phenomenal in the game. Watched it, and honestly, nice position change if it is a right wing, but I prefer him as a central card, but it still works nonetheless. And Alexis Sanchez, 2 goals, would be a left forward I believe. Could be a nice card, might, but see what happens with him. Would be a nice inform upgrade for Alexis Sanchez. So pretty strong starting 11 actually. It worked out as like 848 or something, so not too bad, bar a couple cards. Hopefully see what happens from there. Then Perrin, 5 saves and a clean sheet for Genoa, and be a very appealing inform for Calcio A. It keeps up the Calcio A goalkeepers that are quite appealing actually to nab. Liverpool, 1 or 2 informs could sneak in, like Firmino or Alexander-Arnold. That's who I've opted for with a goal and a clean sheet. Could be a really appealing boost. Competing with Klein is for those that like Liverpool players at right back, and could be quite appealing actually. Clark for Preston got a goal and a clean sheet in the other game that Preston played, so be aware that due to conflicting games that this is what could happen. Clark was very impressive, and that could get him in, and also his rating might play a factor as well. Could be a nice healthy boost, and also there's not too much out there, so you've got to be aware some teams might get a shout when they were good in one and bad in another. Yatabara, 1 goal, 1 assist, should get him in for Royal Antwerp. Due to the lack of leagues, as I say, Pro League had a couple of games, and that should get him in. Fatty, only player that got a hat-trick, that should get you in. If you're not, something's far wrong, and the hat-trick should get the man into Team of the Week 16 regardless, due to his form. Jack Marriott, 2 goals, 1 assist, very impressive for Peterborough, and that should sort him out for an inform. I can't see much else sneaking in on that kind of front from the 2 goals, 1 assist. Pope, he got 2 goals, 1 assist in the game yesterday, but he got himself 2 goals and I think 1 assist in another game. So 4 goals, 1 assist, or 4 goals, 2 assists, something like that. If that doesn't get you in, then honest to God, I don't know what will. Fraser, 2 goals for Bournemouth, and I think honestly it's crazy how this works. It's like Aki got let a goal and assist on another game as well. So be aware that someone like Aki could sneak in as well, but Fraser looks a strong shout. Snodgrass, 2 goals in their 5-0 victory over Bristol City. Honestly, Aston Villa clicked in this game. It was mental, and I think Snodgrass seems more certain, but be aware that others could get in as well. Bobo, he got a hat-trick, but Miser Jersky and Brovsk looked the most certain from Sydney to get an inform, and I'd quite fancy either of them, but I've gone for Miser Jersky for 1 goal, 1 assist, and would be a very appealing card to finally get himself an inform when he's been so close in recent weeks. Caputo, 2 goals for Empoli. His teammate got 2 goals as well, but Caputo seems the more likely, I think, when you look at the match ratings and match performances. And Quagliariera, 2 goals as well. Very impressive for Sampdoria. Always seems to get an inform every FIFA, and I think this year is no different. So definitely a card with godly shooting, and that shooting boost on a first inform could be pretty insane. But all in all, a strong team of the week actually for despite the lack of league of EPL heavy. Smash like as always, sub to the channel if you're new guys. Follow me on Twitter, Jesus Legends. Let me know in the comments below if I've missed anyone, and I'll catch you all later.